Hello, everybody. Shadow SP here, coming at you with some more Granblue fantasy. Today, I'm going to try to do some progression. I'm going to attempt to beat Tiamat Omega. First things first, we're going to go over to the shop. We can go ahead and pick up booster weapon for fire. We definitely need to pick this up. It'll come in handy for the foreseeable future. Yeah, so I'll probably try to get this up to the next uncapped stage after we kind of stop. Oop, that's not what I'm going to do. After we stop with recording for today. You can see I've already got the Ring of Raphael up one stage. The second stage requires some stuff that's kind of difficult to get at this point. The biggest culprit here being the champion merits. It's not impossible to get, and you can buy these from the side story shops. So if you do need them, and we're kind of dragging along before we're able to get them, if it comes to that, I'll grind out the side stories and get the champion merits. We also need those to uncap some characters, so it's likely to happen at some point. But that's not particularly relevant right now. So party-wise, I've already set up my party. My plan is to attempt to use Holy Saber. Not bringing Miserable Mist this time because I did finally get the last Love Live character, the Ockers, third years. And they come with an attack defense down that does not stack with Miserable Mist, so I figure I'll use their attack defense down. And I can use that with Saria, who has a single-sided defense down, and try to cap, get closer to the defense down cap of 50%. Colin has Gravity, so we're kind of good on that utility front. The only thing we're really missing is a delay, which is pretty nice, actually. We're in pretty good shape. I managed to pick up this weapon from the side stories from the Love Live event shop. It'll eventually be one of our more useful weapons. It's a fire axe. I know it doesn't look like an axe considering it's a bag, but you gotta deal with that. So right now we're gonna go ahead and put in our new sword. And I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade it. And we don't technically need to put all of those, what do you call it? Hold on. We don't need to put all of those filters on, but I like to put the filters on because it makes it easier to find what I'm looking for. Also, when you're manually selecting stuff like this, if you match the weapon type, you do get a slight bonus to experience. It's not a huge deal, and most of the time people don't do experience this way anymore anyway. But for the early game, when we're not looking at high levels, that's pretty much the ideal way to do it. All right, so with that out of the way, yeah, our party is probably going to be pretty much what we've been used to seeing. Saria's from the Barawa event, so it's in the side story. You can just kind of visit, pop your head in, pick her up. Relatively useful, I suppose, because she's got two things, a debuff clear and a defense down. And the last attack she has actually does inflict a debuff. It's a debuff to decrease debuff resistance. So that might come in handy sometime way in the future, but for now, it's just kind of a skill nuke. Yeah, so I think that's good for setup. Let me double check summons. Okay. Alright. So we've got some summons in. I have put some levels into this summon, the Dragon Knight's summon, because it can be uncapped eventually. We may or may not use it. And, you know, ultimately the amount of experience we need for summons isn't very high. I did do some farming on Yggdrasil and got pretty lucky on getting the summons, so I do have a fully uncapped one. So we'll get to that later, but you know, for now it's just a stat stick. Alright, so with that out of the way, go ahead and click on Tiamat Showdown. Alright, we are looking for Shiva. We'll run with this. And let's give it a go. So Tiamat's not too difficult. But it does have some tricks to it. Alright, so for now, I think we want to start applying buffs. This one's fine. We can apply that for the attack up. Then we start putting on debuffs. That probably should have used this skill first to try to avoid debuff misses. Alright. Alright, let's go ahead and call Shiva on the last turn of our attack buff, so we can try to get some damage in. The reason we waited was so that Colin could gain a couple stacks, which will increase our damage. We could have waited until even further, but I want to be able to call more summons later. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and hit Overdrive Surge. And we're going to go ahead and use this. Let's just call a sticker and summon Phoenix to kind of do some maintenance on those health bars since we took a beating. It's worth noting that the damage cut from the Aqua's character is very small. So it's a bit more useful against the Raid's normal attacks than it is against the kind of more the charge attacks. I think we use Substitute here also in case, because I don't remember if it uses the random target one. No, it's just everybody. But using Substitute does make our main character take a super hit, which is also okay. Let's try this again. Self-inflicting a defense down is pretty bad here. I think we're about to get screwed here. We're about to eat, at least we have a 20% cut, but it's not that much. Yeah, so the second one was so that was Tempest, which kind of annihilates us. Alright, that's a loss. Okay. So you can get tenacity loot, it's not really worth doing. Let me check real quick. So that boosts fire attack. It's not really something I care too much about. Holy Saber is the class I want. I'm pretty sure of that. We might swap this out for a different skill. Use Rain of Arrows 2 for attack down. If it were Rain of Arrows 3, it would be kind of exactly where we want to be. But I'm not sure. I gotta think about this real quick. Alright, so none of these other characters actually do anything helpful. So this is the party we want. Yeah, okay. I can do one more thing that might be helpful. We have this weapon that's at level 1. So I should be able to gain some extra stats by putting levels into it. It's not a lot, but it might help. Okay. I think I'll leave it there so we don't run into the cap. Yeah, there's also an argument for going off element, but we don't really have a strong enough team in any other element. There's also an argument for bringing an off element character. Like, there's a ton of stuff we can do that might be useful. So let's try it. Okay, so I think... okay, so I'm thinking that we can take the first special attack with just Phalanx, and we can take the second special attack with the 20% cut plus the main character's substitute. That might be good. We can try that. We only get 3 attempts, so, you know, if we fail all 3, then this video probably just won't even see the light of day. Okay. I also should double check and see if any of these swords have a better charge attack, or the spear. So spear has a boost to defense, which might be good. This one restores. No, that's a dagger. And this one's fire attack up, but it's a lower multiplier. I think we go with the spear, because the one that we have equipped just boosts boosts skill damage, and we're not really doing any skill damage. Position-wise, I'm 100% certain that Colin needs to be in the back. The other two probably don't matter. Let me double check their passives. Boost to defense. Boost to debuff resistance, yeah. So I don't think that their positioning really matters. Alright. Trying to think, is there an argument for doing one of these other summons? Probably not, because our damage would be too low. Alright, let's give this a shot. Yeah, so it will play the cutscene if you fail. Now, if you reach the point where you think you're gonna fail, or you do fail, and you're not doing something stupid like I am, you know, forcing yourself to solo every raid, just hit the button down here, request backup. It'll let you, you know, send out a backup request, and people that are higher ranked than you will show up and kill it instantly. It may not be immediate, but it will happen. Alright. Okay, I think we'll just go ahead and use this first turn. Because we didn't... Because it came back for the second special attack. So we might as well use it early. Alright. Use this. So we don't miss our debuff. Start applying debuffs. And we'll attack. Double attack is bad. Even through the double attack down debuff. We're gonna wait a turn to call Phoenix because we want to get more value out of it. And this will give us more value. Alright. So I think we go ahead and charge attack here. Because this character then will heal everybody else. And we'll get fired back up. That's not ideal, but that's okay. She already did her job, I suppose. Alright, we're at 5 levels here, so I think it is appropriate to go ahead and buff up. Sorry, use our skills on main character. Use the skill damage nuke here. And we'll summon Shiva and attack. Yeah, the problem with Tiamat being an overdrive is that we don't actually know which of her special attacks to use. Because she has 2. Right? One of them is AoE and one of them's 4 multi-attack, or 4 single target attacks that are hit randomly. The last one she used was the 4 single target attacks that hit randomly, and I'm pretty sure 3 of them hit the same time. Now the question is, are we going to make it to break? I mean, probably. Yeah, I think because we hit break, we go ahead and use the damage.
仕上げです。2年ベルファー。これでうちに行くよ。邪魔これで。さあ行きましょう。
is helping a little bit. We don't really have any healing.
絶対負けませんよ。
So we want to make sure that yeah, we missed with the attack.
うちに行くよ。
Kinda sucks.
失敗しちゃったな。
Okay.
久しぶりに暴れるとするが、さて全力で蹴散らすぞ。
ズドンと打ち抜いてあげます。それこれな。は
It's not ideal, but that does work. Yeah.
一気に片付ける。
Technically, Tiamat has two special attacks in overdrive and in normal,
これで
but both of her ones in normal mode
手加減はしない。
are AoE, so they're a lot easier to plan around. Okay, I think we summon Phoenix. Go ahead and use this. Go ahead and use Substitute.
ハグしてあげる。
That should mean that we take very little damage.
うちにこれで。 ブーですわ。私たちは負けない。
Okay.
そばから離れないでください。
Alright. Alright, I'm having some trouble with decisions.
うちにそれ夢のように踊りましょう。グレンの力見せてあげる。消し飛べ。ガスッといきます。絶対負けませんよ。シャイニー。 仕上げです。2年ベルファー。これではあ。この程度で。行くよ、グレン。私に任せて。
Blind is back on. That's pretty good. I think I have to just hit the attack
う
button.
ちに行くよ。邪魔。
Yeah, that's not good, but it is fine.
装填完了。ぶちかますぜ。
Okay, we'll go ahead and summon Ichusol. No, it doesn't really help, but it gives us healing boost.
どでかい風穴開けてやろう。
And
エ
I'm
ア
gonna
に
use
行こう
the
ぜ。
potion.
借りは必ず返す。これ邪魔。フォローは私たちに任せて。一気に片付ける。
せっせ。
いくよ、これで。
That's also not ideal.
無茶しすぎ。
見せてやるぜ。これが男の戦いってやつよ。いざ尋常に。せいやせいやせいやせいやせいやせいやせいやせいや。
Okay. So I kind of have to use charge attack this turn. To get it. I didn't get it because it's okay, yeah, because it's attack. So that doesn't really help. Okay, so we have to get lucky, essentially. Yeah, and in this situation, if you were in a crew, you would likely have green potions to use, and healing the main character here would be pretty useful. That said, if it does the AoE charge attack, then we're going to lose. Oh, we managed to survive. That's actually unexpected. We're still going to lose, but we managed to survive one more turn. Alright. I guess we use Phalanx just to try to not die. Alright, try to heal. Probably won't help, but hey, you know, maybe we can recover. The next attack targets Rackham. We might be able to do something. Alright. Okay, so we're at the point where it's very clearly another loss. Okay. So I have one more attempt today, and I'm gonna take it. But I am going to build a slightly different party. So you can copy parties and lineups like this. It's pretty useful if you're trying to keep your grid intact, keep your character lineup intact, that sort of thing. And now we are going to make a different party. One that is a little bit unusual. We're going to make a multi-element party. I gotta use Kokoro. It's too much damage. It's too much damage to not use. And I think if we have someone come in, we're going to not make it Jessica. We're going to make it Pecorine, because she has all ally substitute, so she can take AoE attacks and take multi-target attacks. Whereas our main character currently only has the ability to take multi-target attacks. Then Rackham. Is there anything that we need to... any good damage dealer? Yeah, I think we would go with Suzaku here. Alright, and then we want to look at our off-element weapons. Swap. So we have the gun. We want to swap this for the Tiamat Fist. And I'm going to go ahead and swap the Beak Blade, I want to say, for bow. I want to swap this Balmung for this spear. No. The harp. Alright, so we didn't change our expected damage by a lot. Just want to look at this real quick. I think I want to take this weapon off and put one of these HP weapons back in. I think I'm going to pick the dagger, just so we have a little bit more hit points to play with. Alright, let's give this a shot. So we're essentially playing a 2-element party here. I think in that case we want to bring Lucifer. I'm gonna bring one of the ones that doesn't have the extra 50% HP and doesn't have the auto apply buff on the enemy charge attacks. Okay, so let's give this a shot like this.
あれ？私たちは負けない。私がそばにおります。シャイニー！ハグしてあげる。私に任せて。ブッブーですわ。負けていられません。畳みかけますよ。
Well, we can't really expect Kokoro's defense debuff to land. It's something to do with the debuff calculations in Granblue. If you are the same element as your opponent, you have the least likelihood of landing a debuff.
まだ大丈夫ですわ。は、これで行きますわよ。
We're gonna summon Lucifer. Go ahead and apply the heal and regen. Not having good luck with multi-attacks. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and do one of these overdrive surge, and we're gonna activate our MC's defensive skills. Alright.
ご命令を完璧に遂行しましょう。畳みかけますよ。えい、いくよ。これで邪魔。さあ、行きましょう。一気に片付ける。
We're still in good shape.
いや、
Definitely see Kokoro's multi-attack buffs are coming in handy.
さて、私がそばにおります。負けていられません。
I don't think we use the other battery yet.
私たちは負けない。お任せください。光のご加護を。夢のように踊りましょう。邪魔。
And I still don't think we use the other battery yet.
ブですわ。私に任せて。やえいはっいくよ。これならグレンの力見せてあげる。消し飛べ。
Okay. I think we're making better progress this time.
まだ大丈夫ですわ。シャイニー
Which is really just a testament to the power of Kokoro. This unit is pretty nuts.
これではっ
Ow.
準備
That
は
does
万端
hurt.
です。
I'll give him that. Alright, we'll go ahead and use a Phalanx. Summon a Lucifer.
未来への光となれ
Skill
パラダイ
damage.
スロスト
And go ahead.
畳みかけますよ。
Yeah.
お任せください。
Aurora giving
光の
a
ご加護
heal is in addition to some pretty strong buffs that affect all of the
夢の
units.
ように踊りましょ
Does kind of mean in the early game, Kokoro can do this kind
う。
of
これで
stuff.
これでこれで。
Not completely awful. Because if you're trying to do this in the late game,
ご命令を
not
完
only do
璧
your
に遂行しましょう。
your characters,
敵をよく見
not
ろ
only do the raids in the late game
そして己の
kind
力
of
を
be
信じろ
element specific,
アンドゥ 勝機は必ずある
Kokoro wouldn't have enough HP to really survive.
はっえいやいくよ。はっ頼りにさせていただきます。
So I think we
一気に片
should
付
drop there so we can try to chain burst.
ける。やえいやいくよ。これではっこれで。
Yeah, I mean that hurts.
手加減はしない。
Summon this for the healing cap or healing boost, so we can try to get Kokoro back up to something near full.
お任せください。光のご加護を。これでこれでこれで。グレンの力見せてあげる。消し飛べ。
Yeah, that hurt.
さーて
Alright.
本気でいこっか。
All things considered, I think we buff up
私たちは負けない。私がそばにおります。
Kokoro's buff
負けていられません。
back.
ハグしてあ
Basically
げる。
gonna spam all of our skills in the case that our opponent uses the 4-hit attack. Otherwise, having 20% damage cut is better than nothing, but it's still not great. That said, at least everyone's at full HP, other than me. And if our next character comes in, that's a really high defense character. Okay, so it's the AoE. Kokoro goes out,
ガ
but
イド
we
役
get
食後の運動ですね。 力を合わせて。
We're gonna go ahead and get a boost potion by using a sticker.
ありがとう。
Buff
ですわ。
and
これでは
I mean, not exactly what we wanted to happen, but we can make it.
シャイ
Pecorine does have
未
a
来への
self
光となれ
heal.
パラダイスロスト
Don't think we use it here though. Alright. I think we hold off for chain burst.
これでこれでいくよ。邪魔。さすがにきついか
Fire
な。
allies all get to attack.
元気いっぱいいきましょう。
Ideal.
私に任せて。夢のように踊りましょう。グレンの力見せてあげる。消し飛べ。
we can go ahead and use
Give
her a nice self-heal. And
Ikkini
it's
katatsukeru.
pretty obvious that this is a convincing clear.
全力全開細切れですよ。プリンセスストライク。いくよ。邪魔。
Considering I can survive two big
ikimashou!
AoEs. One with main character's phalanx, and the next one with Pecarine's sub all. Or the other order, doesn't really matter.
それでいくよ。はあ。 いくよ。はあ。 いくよ。グレン。
Alright,
私た
so
ちは負けない。
that should be a clear.
Oh, great!
So, what this teaches us,
この
obviously,
調子でいきましょう。
sometimes you need to change your party comps around. And in this weird early stage in the game, sometimes really unconventional comps are the right answer. Because doing this, you should never do this in the late game. This is a bad comp if our grids are fully developed, but they're not. So we work with what we've got, and what we've got is well, it's Kokoro. Kokoro is the MVP again, providing a ton of damage, ton of healing, ton of buffs. I mean, what else can you do? But this will unlock Tiamat Omega as a raid that we can send out to pubs, and a raid that we can join. So that's pretty nice. Yeah. So let me take a look at what we got. Oh, and another thing that's interesting to note, right? When we look at our grid here, 0 of this is RNG. None of these weapons were even grinded for, right? This is all stuff that we got as rewards for doing side stories. The only thing that was slightly grindy is the sword, but the first stage of the seraphic weapon is the cheapest thing to get. It is so cheap that it's something that you can get after spending less than 50 AP in the game. Maybe a little bit more if you're kind of unlucky, and definitely a little bit less if you're in a half AP event. Summon-wise, yeah, we didn't really need this Yggdrasil. Everything else is fully side story summons. Yeah, this could have been literally any other summon, and it would have been just as good. So, you know, if we put in one of these other ones, had it the same amount of levels on it, it would have been just as good. So, ultimately, you have to keep an open mind in the early game, right? Again, Tiamat Omega is not a very hard raid. It doesn't have any triggers, and it has more HP than Yggdrasil, but not by a ton. It's just 1 million more. But it has some tricks that we didn't have to deal with on that other raid, and wind is significantly stronger than fire with all the freebies. So yeah, this is what we've ended up working with. Ultimately, I think things will get easier as we keep going. Once we keep developing stuff, I think I'll talk about grid building. That'll be the next video. I can't wait any longer. Maybe we'll have a video about team building after that, because we have to. Because I mean, you have to. We have to at least kind of explain the rationale for how we ended up with this. This is a weird team. It does not look like it should work. But until we get to that point, this is Shadow SP, signing off.